Hey, Tripp here from trippadvice.com. And what I want to talk about on today's video is the second best date idea, which I will tell you in just a second, or you probably read it below in the comments. But I don't want you to just hear the date idea and then move on. There's a reason why this type of date is the best for a second date, which, maybe I'm giving it away here, most people think is the best first date idea. Well, I'm going to explain why that is not true, in my opinion, and we'll go into what you can do to make this second date awesome. Okay, so what is the best second date? The best second date that you can go on with a girl is dinner. That's right, dinner. The typical first date move and just your overall typical date idea, right? Dinner, very easy, very common. But I believe that the second date is the best time for this, and I'll explain why. So why do people usually think that the first date should be dinner? Well, that's because that's all they really know, right? Whenever they see a date on TV or they hear about people going on dates, usually it's dinner, and it's very easy. You pick a restaurant and then you just go for it. However, I believe that dinner is actually a very big investment, especially if you're going to be going on a lot of dates with different girls and trying to meet the type of girl for you. So first of all, I'm trying to save your wallet a little bit, because if you're going on, let's just even say 1 or 2 dates per week for a whole month, that's a lot of eating out and a lot of nice dinners. And of course, you do want to go to some sort of nice place for dinner. We're not going to have you be going to any sort of fast food or anything too casual. We want you to go to a nice dinner. So if we're going to do that, we want it to be nice, and we don't want you to break the bank. But also, I do believe that not just the investment of money, but it's a big investment to go for a dinner date the first time, because you're really forcing yourself down there to sit there across from that person. You're doing a whole meal, and you might find out fairly quickly that this person isn't for you. And now you're sitting there, you're dedicated to an entire meal, and I want to save you that time. I think it's better for a first date to be more casual and do some sort of drink or some sort of coffee or maybe even some sort of activity, nothing that's going to be heavy on your time, because you don't know what's going to happen with the girl that you meet. Now, I want to be clear here, there's a lot of different circumstances in which you might be meeting a woman. So in this case, if we're talking about doing a first date coffee, first date drink, first date really small activity, and a second date being dinner, well, then this means that you met this person very quickly or very casually, maybe at a networking event, maybe through online dating or through an app, or through going out and just meeting someone and having a quick conversation with them. So that's the case in which you do that. I believe that dinner is a nice time to sit down with someone when you've already sort of gotten to know them, and then you can kind of make that next transition into, hey, now let's sit down, let's get to know each other, let's have that time together, let's eat food together, let's share that experience together, when, again, you've already gotten to know them a little bit. So a first date dinner can be fine if you've been talking to them for a while, or you guys have connected for a while, then yeah, fine, go for a first dinner date. But normally that doesn't happen. Normally it's a pretty quick meeting, online or offline, and then I think it's best to, again, do a first date where you get a quick drink, short activity, and then second date, you can sit down and go to dinner. I think the best type of dinner you could do, and again, this is not gonna be for everyone because you're not all gonna like this type of food, but I think that sushi is the best second dinner date. Why? Because sushi is really fun to be eating with someone else, because you guys can talk about the pieces, you can talk about whether you like this piece or this piece, plus at the end of the meal, you're not disgustingly full, it's not too smelly, so you're not gonna walk away having a lot of garlic breath or just smelling like whatever the kitchen smelled like. So it's a very nice, clean meal and fun to do with someone. So that's my suggestion to you for that second date, which will be dinner. Of course, up to you and up to her. I think also, if you're not gonna do sushi, or both of you don't like it, or there's no sushi restaurants in your area, then what you can do is you can pick whatever she likes best. I like to do that. I like to say, hey, what's your favorite food? Assuming that you probably like everything. I don't want you to go somewhere that you absolutely hate, but assuming you like most food and she picks something that you like, let it be her decision. Not where to go, but what type of food. So you say, hey, what's your favorite food? She says, oh, I love Italian. You say, awesome, I'm gonna pick the best Italian place for us, right? So that's a great way to set up that second date. Now, if you're not sure how to set up this second date, or even a first date, I have something for you. It's called the 7 Deadly Text Messages That She Can't Resist. And these are 7 text messages that all are for different situations. Mostly the situation in terms of getting her to finally meet up with you, because that's what texting is for, to get her to meet up. So I want to give you this for free. All you got to do is click the link in the description below to get those 7 deadly text messages, and you can just copy and paste those and use those to get her to meet up on those dates. It's 100% free, and it's also going to get you on my newsletter where I send weekly awesome tips for you and helping you in terms of getting girls attracted to you and finding the girl perfect for you. So go grab that link. I want you to write a comment down below if you've made it this far. What's your favorite second date idea? Is there something that I'm missing? Maybe there's something else. I know, again, dinner is my opinion. I think it's one of the best, but maybe you have something else that's even better. I want to hear from you, so I'll be in the comments with you. Write down below your opinion on the second best date, and I'll see you on the next video.